I gave him a rather unique cup to distinguish him from the rest. It had been Monika's idea to feed him a small dosage of a coated-up drug mixed into his drink. Hey guys, Kuderi Ghost here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Lost Ascension. So, yeah, we're playing as Sayori right now, so, yeah. I approached him and cleared my throat before getting his attention. Ku. He suddenly looked at me way faster than I should have ever expected. His eyes fixated on me. I swallowed my nervousness. It was genuinely terrifying, the look on his face. A deadpan, expressionless, perfect mix of what I expected. Hey, I thought I would catch you coming out of class, but I just saw you sitting in here and stuff. I laughed nervously, trying to stay true to the original script thing that I used to know by heart. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. I shook my head. Well, I thought you could maybe use encouragement? So I thought maybe I could take you to my club today. I put up my best smile, hoping to be in character. Sayori, I know this response, don't I? There's no way I'm going to join your club. I pouted immediately, even though I knew what was coming. It was honestly annoying. Meanie. He seemed to contemplate for a moment. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. I internally screamed. Please? I kinda told the others you'd be coming. Plus, Natsuki made cupcakes. If she forgot to make cupcakes, I swear I will be so mad. Don't make promises you can't keep. He sighed audibly. Man, it always annoyed me when he did that. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? God damn it. That's me. No! They're using my name. Ku. I said it to that, but I didn't know it was for him. Anyway, never mind. I forced my bright smile as I clapped my hands together. Yes, let's go, right now. I turned my heel and I rushed out of the room, his presence following me close behind. A shudder went down my spine from the staring from him. He's just staring there like, oh yeah, by the way, if you're watching this after the fact, it's the holidays, okay, if you couldn't tell. Anyway, please just remember the plan, okay, girls? Monika said it sternly. I'd never seen her look so nervous before. Please, Monika, you know we can handle it, right? Yuri said it quietly as she shifted into her normal seat away from me. She looked mildly uncomfortable being by herself. Yeah, Monika, you know we can handle whatever this boy throws at us. I smirked wisely as she smiled in response, her doubts clearly being vanquished by my enthusiasm. Okay, so now we're playing as Natsuki. Alright, I'll take your word for it. She went up to her podium and began to write on paper, likely nothing important as I went back to my desk. I pulled up the first volume of Parfait Girls and gazed at the cover. It looked so new yet so familiar. I opened it up and it felt a smile across my face as soon as I turned the first page rather quickly. Even now I still think manga is literature. I pouted to myself until I heard some loud footsteps rushing down the hall. Sayori was being unnecessarily loud. Oh. Monika looked up as Sayori stopped at the door. Yuri quickly standing up along with myself in a moment of panic. Okay, everyone. Just remember what we practiced, okay? I swallowed my nervousness and stood straight up, my arms going to my sides. This felt casual and extremely natural. It felt weird. I stared at the door as Sayori burst in, practically screaming out, "Everyone, the new member is here!" Monika smiled brightly, and Yuri seemed taken aback by the sudden loud noise. I told you to... Ugh! What was that voice? It sounded like a screeching cat. Don't call me a new member. He looked around the room for a moment before looking straight at Yuri. I felt a pang of jealousy. He shouldn't be allowed to look at her. It's disgusting. Welcome to the literature club. I like how they have different colors instead of just the normal single colored pink, thing. It's Yuri stuttered for a moment over her words. I could see the look in her eyes was that of mild fear. Pleasure to meet you. She found her words finally as she gained her confidence. Sayori talks a lot about you. I noticed Sayori cringe off to the side. She wanted to refute, but she didn't decidedly. Then he turned and looked at me. My tongue tied, he looked extremely vile. I felt my stomach churn at the sight. That's mean. You brought a boy? Way to kill the mood. I pouted and looked away. I didn't want to look at him anymore. Hey, it's really good to see you again. Monika faked sweetness. I love that about her. When I turned back, all I could see was that character model's dumb grin. An irresistible urge began to fuel my thoughts. What are you looking at, huh? You got something to say? He seemed shocked as he apologized. Yuri quietly shuffled near me. You need to stay calm, okay? I felt my rage build up for a moment before Sayori interrupted my thoughts. You can ignore her when she gets moody like that. She said it to him quietly while looking at me apologetically. I sighed a little relaxed as I relaxed. Okay. Sorry, okay? It's okay. It happens. Anyway, this is Natsuki, full of energy, and this is Yuri, the most intelligent of the club. Yuri became flustered in response to this, looking away for a moment. I could see her smile shadily flashing for a moment. She's surprisingly good at this. It's nice to meet you both, the character said quietly as he turned his attention to Monika. The two exchanged a strange look, Monika showing a clear distaste and him showing a morbid fear. What a bit... Oh. And it seems like you know Monika already, huh? Okay. Monika nodded, not even speaking a word in response as she looked at him with a simple smile. Unlike us, she seemed extremely well balanced with this whole MC thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and sit down. Natsuki made cupcakes. I can go get... I let my reaction win in this one as I practically yelled out, "Nuh-uh, I made them, I'll get them." Sayori laughed at my reaction. It was annoying, but I can't really stay mad at her for too long. I'll go ahead and get some tea ready. Yuri said it quietly as she shuffled off to the side. I gave her a side glance to reassure her before I went to get my cupcakes. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling. Also, I have new headphones, if you didn't notice. Other ones are green, okay? I was standing over my tea set, quietly contemplating the situation at hand, and as I brushed a lock of hair out of my face. Okay. The boiling process nearly done, as I heard the unwrapping of the foil, my head clearing up as I turned around and walked over to the freshly brewed tea. My mouth is not working. Here. I spoke softly as I spread the cups around, making sure to place the correct cups. I gave him a rather unique cup to distinguish him from the rest. It had been Monika's idea to feed him a small dosage of a coated-up drug mixed into his drink. Apparently, it would weaken him for the festival next week. I sat next to Natsuki and held up my tea, sipping it as I heard the gentle sound of everyone else doing the same. Eventually, after enough, silence the MC. After enough, I think it's supposed to not have a comma there. Eventually, after enough silence, the MC spoke up about the freshly baked cupcakes, asking mainly how they were made to be so cute, something that Natsuki clearly disliked. So we're playing as Yuri right now. Different color, different person, okay? So, Yuri, they let you keep a whole tea set in this room? Right, I was next. Yes. The teachers are okay with it. It doesn't take up that much space, really. He nodded. I felt my smile wavering slightly, knowing everything he's done to us. I just want to... Boy, what exactly has he done to you? He didn't code the game, okay? It's not him. So what made you consider joining the literature club? Monika piped up suddenly. My mind wavered back to calming. I took a bite out of my cupcake. It was absolutely delectable. Good job, Natsuki. It tasted creamy from the icing, yet it was so sweet and soft with the batter. I couldn't believe I had never had one before. The thought went through my mind. I had many of these before, but I had never really tasted it up until now. Natsuki. I whispered softly as to not interrupt the current conversation between Monika and him. What? Is something wrong? She sounded a bit nervous talking with them so close. I just want to say thanks for making these. She gasped a little before laughing softly. Oh look, their faces changed in the background. it's a nice little added detail. Thanks, but you know, you don't have to thank me or anything. I laughed a little in return before our conversation was interrupted by Monika speaking loudly. And we all want to improve the club, don't we? Me and Natsuki both agreed vocally with Monika. We were going to improve the club. Just not in the way the MC was thinking of right now. The rest of the meeting went on with some small talk. I mainly avoided it though, trying to keep out of harm's way, till eventually Monika tackled the elephant in the room. So Natsuki, I meant to return this to you yesterday, but... She held up a small piece of paper, holding it out to the small girl. The pink-haired girl practically ripped it out of her hands. Monika, how dare you? She was exaggerating, but it was amusing nonetheless. Gosh, everything about you is so adorable. Sayori came up and hugged Natsuki from behind, putting her head on top of hers. Natsuki's face turned bright red as she pouted. Oh yeah, Natsuki's like really short, so I don't know. She was actually embarrassed. You write poetry, Natsuki? Natsuki nodded quietly, trying not to disturb the girl on her head. I think that's really impressive. Why don't you try and share them sometime? Natsuki opened her mouth to argue and shook her head. No, it wouldn't be good. You wouldn't like them. I nodded in agreement with her. Even with the sentience, it still felt off to share this so suddenly. I agree with Natsuki. It takes a lot of time and confidence from a writer to share something so deep and personal, especially when the writer is expressing themselves in particular. The MC looked straight at me. A jolt of disgust coursed through my body as 1,000 different thoughts raced through my mind. You sound really experienced. Maybe you want to share instead? I went stock still. I felt nervous. I didn't want to share anything with him. He didn't deserve that. Sayori seemed a bit sad for a moment. I guess she still wanted to share, even if it was with him. Okay, everyone, I have an idea. We all looked up at her. How about tonight we make a poem and share it with each other tomorrow? That way we can connect a lot better. Everyone nodded, albeit I was last. I was still pretty sour about having to work with him. Okay, so they're just taking what Monika says, like, as law, basically. So... none of his side has been told, and we're not playing as him, so we don't know what the actual player is thinking. So this is like a non-fourth wall break, I guess. Anyway, wait, I didn't agree to join the club. The group all looked at him, Sayori looking dejected, Monika looked downcast, and Natsuki looking flat out irritated. I shook my head and looked down at my lap. I was kind of curious about what I would wear tonight. I don't have very many clothes. Okay, fine. I'll join the literature club. The others all slowly looked up and smiled, although they looked incredibly forced. I joined them after a moment, trying to not scream over this whole interaction. I would have been really mad if you only showed up for the cupcakes. Natsuki made the side comment as she turned away and walked off. I soon joined her after. You want to walk home together? Sayori said calmly with a smile as the MC agreed. He didn't seem to mind very much as the two of them walked away. I looked at Yuri and Natsuki, the two of them coming over to me as I let out a stressed sigh. This is Monika, okay? Just letting you know, so you're not confused. Thank God it's over. Yuri nodded in response. Are you sure she will be okay with him? Natsuki said it quietly. I could tell her nerves were raised. Yes, I am certain about that. Sayori might not always be able to understand things, but I think she's got this. I said plainly as I stood up, adjusting my bow and pulling my collar out a bit. So are we ready to go? Yuri asked calmly as I picked up my notebook. Yes, let's go straight to Sayori's house. We can go in through the back door and exit the same way in the morning. The two nodded as I led them out of the school building, making our way towards Sayori's home. The three of us paced out the building and down the road towards one of the few places that the game bothered to flesh out as an actual location. True. But anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please leave a like. Also, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button to become a ghost. I'd really appreciate that, and I will see you next time. Peace.